So I think it's very likely that we're going to see 3 capitals fall here, and they all will exchange hands to 3 out of the 4 major powers of this world. We have Mongolia attacking India, Ethiopia attacking Indonesia, and then Rome attacking France.
But what is Russia going to do? They are going to be the odd man out here, I guess odd woman out, since Catherine is leading Russia. What they need to go to war. That's really what they need to do. Obviously, they took out Poland and they became this new superpower in the heart of Asia and Eastern Europe. But seeing I'm sorry, I just blanked out there. Mongolia, Ethiopia, and Rome all acquiring new and very big cities. I mean, Jakarta's at 29 pop, Delhi's at 34, and we have Paris at 26. Obviously, when these cities get captured, they're going to lose half their half their population, but it's still really, really big deal. Anyways, let's go to the next turn and see what happens. Obviously, Rome is, I think, guaranteed to take over Paris here. In terms of the Siege of Jakarta, I think it could go, I think we're still a ways away. It's not for sure that Ethiopia and Mongolia will make these sieges happen, but it is for sure that Paris will fall right now. Bam. So we luckily we get over here to see Napoleon's final units all get wiped out as well, because complete kills is not on, which is obviously amazing. In the first beginning AI only battles, I had complete kills on and I hated it. It sucked. I thought that's what you had to do, but you do not have to you don't have to do that. So that is amazing. So once again, we have seen the fall of another nation in this world. I cannot believe that we started off with 42 civs in this campaign. I don't even know how much we're left with. Honestly, I think that I'll check right now, but this is incredible. So really, the acquisition of Paris is nothing much for Rome. At the end of the day, they still have to go through Portuguese or Mali territory if they want to continue to colonize Latin America, because for some reason they're not building settlers from their colony, which they should be, but they're not. We also are not really... They don't have any new enemies. Paris is not coastal, so they don't have any more coastal cities along the North Sea or Atlantic Ocean, so they don't have any better of a chance of attacking England. I guess, of course, if they wanted to make a land invasion in the British Isles, that's entirely possible, and actually probably very easy, because England has, 6 units? They have 6 units protecting Amsterdam, London, and York? I do not understand that. That is so weird to me. Anyways, let's go and check on Jakarta. Ethiopia doesn't seem to be as forward with their progress and their siege of Jakarta. Mongolia has yet to move up any of their battleships to Delhi, just off the coast of Delhi. Hey, maybe I was fabricating a little bit there. Maybe it wasn't as likely as I thought initially that Mongolia would take Delhi and Ethiopia would take Jakarta. I figured that an AI wouldn't just stop. But, like I said, the AI does like to, and like I've been saying this entire series, and something that I've noticed from the AI that I haven't really noticed in the past is that they've done a good job in this campaign of grouping up and then attacking when the time is right. They've done a very good job in that sense. So that's just kind of something to keep in mind for the future, is that they will probably continue to do that, depending on the mods that I use, the Smarter AI or Aggressive Expansive mod. Apparently, some of these mods might not be working with the Yet Not Another Earth map pack mod. I don't, or whatever. That's because that's how I'm able to put in 43 civs into this campaign, into one map. The problem is that I don't necessarily want to play a game without one of those mods, because I know how amazing those mods make the series. So maybe I'll just acknowledge that there's a possibility that these mods are not in play, at least when I'm doing an AI-only world battle. Oh my gosh, Ethiopia, you are very disappointing. That might cost you the game, Ethiopia, honestly, because you really needed something extra. Unless, of course, you can go to war with the Boer, I guess. That's going to be tough, but you can go to war with the Boer. You can go to war with Mali, but you need something else. I do not believe that Ethiopia has enough right now to win the campaign. In terms of cities, in terms of their categories in the Info Addicts, they have been kind of the slower nation out of everyone else. Rome has constantly been growing, I guess, whether it be through a war or whether it be through their colonies in northern South America. Obviously, Russia took over Poland, which was a huge deal, and then Mongolia took over all of Ethiopia. Mongolia took over all of Korea. So Ethiopia is kind of just they needed a war. They need to go to war soon, or else they're going to be in trouble. We have Genghis Khan playing against Persia. I don't think it's early. I think that it's safe to say now, I believe, and we'll have to kind of keep an eye on Genghis Khan, but now that we're about less than 50 turns away, I mean, I still am saying that there's 4 superpowers in this world, but out of those 4 superpowers in this world, I'm thinking it's got to be between Mongolia and Rome. And it's a very, very close campaign. Mongolia and Rome, it seems like that's who it's coming down to be honest. Rome is continuing to grow. And Mongolia has that opportunity as well, but they're not doing it. As you can see, Rome has once again slapped down another city in South America, and now they finally have the Natural Wonder, which is offering them 10 gold per turn from this resource here, this tile. So Mongolia has the opportunity of continuing to colonize. Technically, Russia does as well. The problem is that Russia and the AI haven't been really building settlers from these colonies. And I'm guessing it's because of the lack of population already in these cities. But it is a big deal, because if they put those two together, they'd be able to, figure out something. They'd be able to, get something a bit more going. I don't think I've yet to see this is where all the English military units are. Why are they next to Japan? Why does Japan and England always have like a Cold War in every single one of these world campaigns? They always have a beef with each other, and they just send units over just look at each other. Never going to war, though. Never actually going to war. Portugal moving a lot of aircrafts back and forth between Braga, Madrid, Lisbon, and their New World colony that they stole away from Songhai quite a long time ago. I don't think there are any major wars left in the campaign so far, besides, I guess, technically Mongolia could go after India, especially since India has, I don't know if they have open borders. I think they're at war with Tibet still, but they're able to move through Tibet lands. Rome and Babylon are the only thing that occurred, the only peace deal, I guess. I do need to kind of check. Oh, so no one's at war with Greece, right? Yeah, so Argos is continuing to gain back its strength, with Japan denouncing Russia. And yes, India is at war. I believe that was with Tibet, because I think their unit just got bombarded by the city. So we don't know if Mongolia has open borders with Tibet. I don't think they would. Why would Tibet give a power like Genghis Khan open borders through its territory? But let's go ahead and see what he does. Come on, Genghis. Do something here, man. You're going to have to try something. Use your battleships or something. Watch the Indian settler, because he's about to go out in between the Champa territory and Delhi. Still some small battles going on between the Philippines and Indonesia, but nothing too significant. The Philippines have really rebuilt quite a lot, actually. So Mobile Sam took another shot at the Indian machine gun. Boer have pieced out with the Babylonians. So the Babylonians are going to be fine. It looks like they're actually going to survive this campaign. There are a few civs that I cannot believe survived. I think the biggest one, and we haven't really talked about them because they've been so quiet, I cannot freaking believe that Byzantium is still alive. Why did Mongolia allow for Byzantium to stay alive? I have no idea. They've been in the middle of the Mongolian Empire for a majority of this campaign. I'm guessing for about like 300 turns, if not more. I would say almost 400 turns. And they have yet to be banished from this world. Mongolia has left them there. And I just cannot believe. I don't understand why they'd let that happen. Tibet, I got to give it to Tibet too. I mean, they've done a really good job at surviving. Luckily for them, they really didn't have to face a foe that was too scary. I mean, they've been fighting Russia for a really long time. I mean, it's been a while. Don't get me wrong. It's been a while since Tibet and Catherine have kind of gone at it. But I'm just saying, in the very beginning, they were fighting each other. Ooh, we've got Rome and Persia. And technically, if they have... Rome could try to make a landing after Medina. They absolutely need open borders through Greek territory if they want to make this happen. Augustus has launched a sneak attack against somebody. Possibly that is Indonesia, We have Catherine secretly plotting against Rome. It is still possible for us to see a world war. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely that we'll see the four great powers go at it, but it is still possible. I want to see what Rome is going to do with these submarines. Oh, he should just pick apart, I think, these units here. I think more than likely, Augustus is going to take most of Darius's units because he's going to have them embark, obviously, in the Eastern Mediterranean. Someone else, like maybe Austria, Tibet, Russia, or India, will go after Persia. And then they will be the ones to get the job done, mainly doing most of the work. And Rome is yet to engage. If you don't engage, you won't be able to destroy many of these units. There are a lot of units in the Mediterranean. There are a lot of land units as well. They could land in Athens and technically move to Medina from there. There's no way, I don't think, even with the vast military of the Roman Empire, there's no way they take Medina over. I don't think so. Now with this island in place, I think this, what is this? Is this, what is Cyprus? Is this the Cyprus island? I have no idea. But there's just no way. Medina is going to bombard units left and right, and I just don't see it happening with the island in play. Not even with one of the biggest militaries in the world, just because you also have to move through Athens, and without a navy to protect you, yeah, the submarines could be meat shields for a little bit, but not for very long. All right, so I guess I was wrong. I guess my prediction was wrong there. It's about time that I got something just vastly wrong, because Mongolia doesn't seem interested at all in going after India, at least not yet. But technically, they could. But they don't have open borders, and I get that. They could obviously buy a unit from this city, but I don't think they understand that concept either, so they will be less likely to do it. I guess we should also give credit for the Zulu for surviving. They deserve a lot of credit for surviving there as well, because that's kind of incredible. Okay, so I really have to see how many nations are still left in this campaign. If we go through ideologies. There we go, 21. So there are 21 nations left. Actually, no, there's 20 because that's counting me as well. That is incredible. Who's the most influential? The Philippines, obviously. I should have kind of known that. Then it's Ethiopia, then Portugal, Mongolia, Rome, Russia. In terms of ideologies, who is yet to pick? Byzantium and America, that's myself. So just Byzantium. They're not going to pick because they have a city at, 2 population. Their capital is at 2 pop, and that's it. Most of the world decided to choose order. Surprised that we hadn't seen more autocracy. It's still possible that we see a revolutionary wave or a revolution in Mongolian territory. Don't know if that's going to make much of a difference, but it will definitely maybe give them less of an impact. I'm sure they probably have gotten down the level 3 tenet in the autocracy tree, which if they chose correctly for a domination campaign, they might be getting a 25% combat strength boost. But that's only for 50 turns. They might have gotten that tenet a long time ago. I think it's safe to say they probably did, and that is no longer having an impact on their campaign. They probably used it when they were attacking Korea. But anyways, and Mali and Babylon might also change. Babylon, no big threat here. Freedom is just inside of India, Tibet, and Greece. You know, civs that are only at 2 or 3, 1 or 2, actually, I should say cities. And then everyone else is order. Anyways, let's go to the next turn. I mean, I guess technically you could count out Byzantium too. I guess they are still alive, but we could probably say that there are 19 civs left because this, like I said, is just at 2 population, this capital of Byzantium's. Okay, so India just built the Manhattan Project. Pretty big deal there. Also realize that it is less likely that we'll see a nuclear war. It is less likely. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this stuff. There are still 40 turns left in the campaign. I mean, there's still a long time left to go. But I think it is a little bit less likely. I don't know. I can't say that because who absolutely knows? There's no way of knowing for sure what the AI is going to do, especially as a lot of these big powers no longer have anything to do. Now, I guess no longer have anyone to attack. Like Rome, for instance. Like, I'd love to see Rome and Portugal go at it. If we do not see a massive world war by the end of this campaign, I'd love to see Rome and Portugal go at it. I guess I want to see Ethiopia and Mali, or Ethiopia and the Boer. Actually, the Boer would be more entertaining because the Boer have a lot more units. I'm pretty sure Mali would get absolutely rolled over, and I'm surprised that Ethiopia hasn't taken that chance. You know, I guess the Ethiopian military isn't that strong, and they do seem to be defending their cities quite a bit. Ooh. They've got a few atomic bombs, I see, and they are transporting them to the front of Mali. Yeah, the Mali-Ethiopian war wouldn't be very entertaining, but the one against the Boer would be good. I'd like to see Russia maybe go after Austria or Sweden, but no, they wouldn't go after Sweden. That'd be a disaster for them because the Baltic Sea and Russia has nothing to build inside the Baltic Sea. This is a puppeted city, so they wouldn't be able to use that to their advantage. And I don't think... Oh, they do have atomic bombs. So most of the great powers of the world do in fact have atomic bombs, which is good. But that also might be a reason why they won't go to war. That could be a very big reason why they won't go to war. Assigned delegates don't care. Science funding is trying to be passed by India. Finally, the last, I guess this is my scenario that just, talking about some of the wars that the great powers could get into without going to war with each other that I'd really like to see. Maybe, let's see, Mongolia has absolutely no navy. Man, Mongolia actually doesn't have that many choices. The Champa, I don't think the Champa would they wouldn't have very much luck. Most of these are privateers out here, anyways, out in the sea. So, what are they going to do? Defending a land invasion of their territory? I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of cool to see the Mongolian battleships just wipe through the privateers. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, Genghis can't really go to war with anybody except for Russia. I mean, he only has one option. He could go to war with Tibet. He won't have success there because he won't get open borders through Catherine's territory. That is for sure. And there's no way they're going to be able to take over the former Afghan capital that Tibet controls. So it's extremely unlikely. Rome is, in fact, bordering Medina with these submarines. And I don't know. They might be trying to send over a bazooka or something. England and Greece have made peace. And I think if we don't see any more peace deals, I will talk about potential future AI-only campaign, the one after this one, in the next video. I'm sorry, I should say if we don't see any future wars within at least the next video, because we're not too far away from the end of this campaign. We're very close to the end here. I will talk about the next AI-only battle, maybe throw around a few ideas, but I'd be surprised if something interesting doesn't happen in the next one. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.